Are they staying for a couple days? Yeah.
I had a meeting where I'm holding a 2.5 months. I guess they're cute grandpa.
I know, I can fight it. You have a cute grandbaby. How many grandbabies do you have? Right, Don? Yeah, I can. Can you guys hear us okay? Can you guys hear us okay?
You're pretty quiet.
Okay.
No, I'm not quiet.
Oh, okay, you're not quiet.
By no means does anybody call me quiet.
Jennifer's audio is quiet though.
Yeah. Is it better now?
No.
No. What about now?
Ooh, now it's good.
Is that working or not working? That's working. You guys can hear us? Check, check. Mel says yes.
No.
Yes.
Awesome. Don, we just get to hold this thing up.
It's like a real microphone drop.
I'm in Everson, you guys, by the way. You should avoid this area at all costs.
Yeah.
It's bad out here right now. It's getting worse
Yeah. A lot of rain.
quickly.
Have your raft or
Yeah.
kayak?
I came here for an inspection this morning, and as I watched the water build up, I was like, I might have to spend the night here.
My goodness. Maddie had
Yep.
something.
Probably not smart there, Allison. You be careful.
Hey, got to do what you got to do, right? Close the deal.
Right? Everybody knows we have a big fundraiser going on for all of those areas. All right, well, you are all on time, so out of respect for you all, we're going to get going. Are we having fun today? Well, so actually we had it set up so that if you two stand there, 6 feet apart, I'm going to sit here and everybody else is masked up and far away. We have measured.
Here's my 3 feet.
Okay. Before we get started, Miss Emma, if you wanted to screen share, we'll do the slides. Otherwise, we're just going to let Maddie run wild. Oh, that's a scary thought, right? Well, we're going to go through all of our super fun announcements first. And I know these guys are just roaring, ready to go. They're like, I want to do it. Let us go, coach. Let us go. Okay. This week coming up, special classes that we need to know about. What is happening on Wednesday, Venna? At our fancy new event center. Oh, you guys can't hear her, can you? I just pointed at Venna and they're like, we can't hear her, Maddie. So on Wednesday, 6 Personal Perspectives is happening in our new event center on Unity Street. It is limited to only 20 people. 6 Personal Perspectives. It is not a business class. It's one of my favorites. I have a lot of favorites. And it talks all about going to E2P and mastering your 20% and all of the things. So if you want to join us, let us know. There are only, I think, 2 more seats left. No, Emma, we're booked up, right? So no more room. Just kidding. Let us know. We can sneak you into the back for the standing room only. Also, we have our headshots going on December 9th. So if you do not have a headshot that you love, if you need a new one, Ash Robinson is one of our agents. He has a degree in photography. So he actually knows what he's doing. It's not just me with an iPhone. And we're going to be having headshots. We're in Bellingham for 2 hours and then Skagit for 2. You need to register with us so that we can get you a slot. We're also doing a potluck in Skagit that day because we all love our potlucks. There's the slides. Yay. The 9th, next week. Potluck. That is a Thursday in Skagit, 12 o'clock, but most of the food gets there at 11:30. So if you want to eat, show up at 11:30, right? Next, all of our weekly classes. Do we all know where to find those? On the link tree, whoop, whoop, right? Next slide. There is a slide. The next slide is our link tree, which is where you find links to our Agent Launch University class, our headshots, all of these. Do we all know what our link tree is? Nod your heads. It's your easy button. You have no idea. Okay, good. Perfect. We talked about our headshots. Let us know. 6 personal perspectives with Jan. It's full, but we might be able to sneak you in. And our potluck is also, on the 21st. Okay, so we have our sales meetings every Tuesday at 11. We know this, right? Yeah. So on December 21st, we're going to have a get together at 11, and it's going to be a very family, like KW family sales meeting. So it's not a sales meeting. It's a come, bring some food, have some lunch, hang out, meet, chill, holidays. Venna is organizing food. Please don't all bring chips and dips or cookies. Thank you. Okay, questions on any of that fun stuff? Look at these 2 gentlemen with fabulous headshots. So we have our script off. Can you all still hear us? I can't see you all, but everybody say yes if you can hear us. Okay. So I don't know. Yes, Bellingham social networking. Oh. Are we talking about?
Maybe you're holding it because you're the.
Can you still hear us?
Yes.
Okay. Real quick before we give these 2 off, Stephanie, what do we need to know about in the brokerage world? I do like having just a microphone. This is fun.
Yeah.
Hey, well, 2 things. One, just to highlight that the Bellingham Social Networking Hour at Flat Stick is this Friday, first Friday of the month, 4:30 to 7. Come down, play some mini golf, hang out, eat some pizza or not. They have awesome ginger beer, by the way, which I really like, on tap. And say that again.
Bring your kids. Kid
Oh yeah, it's kid friendly until 7 p.m. So family oriented. Come on down. We had fun last month. So legal hotline, I put it on Facebook, and I also emailed it out to everybody regarding not letting sellers retain possession. Washington state law has changed, and it is an issue now. And it's always been an issue for me because Landlord-Tenant Act has caused problems with it in the past. So make sure that you watch the video Annie Fitzsimmons has that I've sent out and posted on Facebook, which also includes a second attorney, and they go through all the facts of why you do not want a seller to retain possession after closing. Let me know if you have questions.
So on that, Stephanie, because post-occupancy is a big thing for a lot of sellers. So with multiple offer situations, a lot of people are saying, well, we'll give the seller time to move out. So how would you negotiate that in order to still have a strong offer and yet not break this new law about not giving sellers occupancy?
Well, you can offer other things, and I don't think it's as big of a deal as what you're thinking. I mean, I see a lot of contracts come through, and not all sellers are needing to stay and have possession of the property. You just really there's specific reasons in general, but it's just going to have to be negotiated, and you can offer other things. It's communication with the other agent and finding out what you can work out to make the seller happy, right? Because as we know, a big part of it is talking with the other agent and communicating.
Yes. How important is communication with the other person? How many of you have taken a deal because you knew the agent on the other side like really communicated well? Or vice versa, where you're like, you know what, seller, this deal is going to be challenging because that person is not a good communicator, right? Is that like one of the easiest ways to get your offer accepted, is be that communicating person? Right? Marianne, Queen of Glacier, like you like somebody who picks up the phone and calls you back and answers your questions, right? Does that take extra special skills? No. Just answer your phone and talk to the other person, right? Our goal is to get to the closing table, both parties happy, right? Mel? Okay, thank you, Stephanie. Anything else? Any questions on that, guys? Sherry, you froze at a really awesome frame. Were you gonna offer something? She's out. She froze and left. That's what happens when you're on Whidbey Island. By the way, if you have clients in Whidbey Island, refer them to somebody who knows the island, right, guys? That's part of our value. There's a lot of stuff going on there. Be your market expert. Don't be all things to all people. Answer your phone. Talk to your co-broker. Pick up the phone and say, what is important to your seller? Not
Hey,
all
I have
money.
one other thing. I just wanted to remind everybody, I'm sure you saw it, but we've got that fundraiser, actually one for Skagit and one for Whatcom going on. And Ben is matching what we raise, and it all goes directly to flood relief, to the Whatcom Community Foundation and Skagit Community Foundation, and those organizations are giving out grants and providing services to people affected by the floods directly.
Yes. And if you have people impacted, please let us know so that we can include it. Okay, Allison, while you're driving through that flood impacted area very safely, what do we need to know in the PC world? Also, please guys.
So
don't
we
drive.
have, what's that?
I said, I'm so glad you're not texting and driving.
Oh, no, it's fine. I'm hands-free at the moment. So I just wanted to let everyone know, I know we're coming up into the holiday season. Everybody's going to be busy. And you might not have a whole lot of time to maybe you're getting your time cut short for showings. So, we have a link. The PC program has a link to certified showing agents. And these are agents that have completed a short training that we provide. And they will take excellent care of your clients. There's a link with a list of everyone. And I believe the list even shows what their areas of expertise are, if they're more of a Skagit agent or if they're out in Oak Harbor or something like that. We have that information for you as well. So please use those folks. They're all newer agents, and we all need experience in showing homes when we first get started. So it's a win-win.
They are newer, and yet they have gone through a program, right? So they have been trained.
Correct. Yes, they know how to handle your clients and keep them with you.
Yes, they know how to redirect questions to their agent. They know how to show the home properly. They know how to get everything the way that you want it to be done. They know how to pick up the phone and call you as an agent and say, what's important to your client, right?
Exactly. And they do provide feedback for you.
Yay! How important is that? How many times as a listing agent does your client say, hey, what do people want to know about our house? Say about our house, and you're like, I don't know, because I've hounded this agent 6 times and they haven't given me feedback yet, Mr. Seller. We've had 14 showings and I don't have an offer, but we don't know why, right? Leave feedback,
Exactly.
please. Mel, we will get the link to you. Any questions about the showing assistance and open houses, right, Allison?
Yes, our certification program for that is not fully firmed up yet, but we do have, I have trained, we all know what we're supposed to do. We provide very detailed feedback if you let one of us do your open, and they are just total pros.
Yes, well trained. Well trained. Thank you. Any questions on that, gang? Okay, who wants to do a script off? Because I know Dawn and Nick are really excited for this one. Yes? All right. We gave you guys 2 weeks notice. We got some of the objections that you are hearing right now. And so we brought 2 of the pros. We'll pass them off so you can take notes. And what we're going to do, Dawn's going to stand here. Nick's going to stand there. We're going to throw an objection at you. And then one of you is going to go after another. Wait, I need one because I need to know what the objections are. So I'm going to say an objection. Who wants to start? Rock, paper, scissors?
Let the younger.
Okay, so and we have so Nick, I really like you, you're awesome, but I'm gonna list with my friend.
So if you guys didn't hear that, I'm awesome. The seller's thinking about listing with their friend. Hey, thank you so much for the opportunity to come in and talk with you today. And I totally understand that. I wish it's awesome that you have, that you're such a loyal friend. But can I ask you a question, Mrs. Seller? Gosh, if they weren't your friend, would you be listing with them?
No, probably not, but my aunt went to school with him, and so it's really important to her.
Ah, okay. So important to your aunt, and it's your house, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And what I find, Miss Seller, is that oftentimes it's selling a house is your largest financial asset, and I certainly I would think you owe it to yourself to make sure you have the right agent with the right marketing to get you that best price possible, the best terms possible. Um, Gee, and again, if you weren't friends with them, are you? I wouldn't really go into like laying it on
Nick's really nice.
super thick, but yeah, gee, do you want the right agent for the job, or do you want to help your aunt's friend get a listing?
I want the best price for my home, Nick.
Yeah, we should probably do the right thing then, and hire me. I'm happy to call the friend and explain to them that you decided to list with myself, top agent, and I can make that a lot easier for you. How's that sound?
Yes, can you call her? Let's sign papers.
Perfect.
Good job.
So do we want to do the same question or give you
Yeah.
another one?
Yeah. Let's do a variation of that.
Well, let's see.
We're gonna do it for one. So, Don, you're awesome and you're a really good friend of mine, and I don't want to jeopardize our friendship by doing business together.
Wow, I totally get it. Especially the time in high school when you drove into the post and I was in the car with you. I totally get it.
What time?
And I know, right? Which time? So, I understand what you're saying. And I just want you to know something. Your friendship and my friendship will never be in question. The question is, what are you doing for yourself in a multi-$100,000 transaction, right? So what you want to think about is what's the best thing for you and your family in this situation, right? After selling 100 homes a year for the last, 5 years, every year, I really have some expertise I think that you should hear. So what I'd like to do is sit down and talk to you about a lot of things that are going on right now in the market, how to handle and how to get multiple offers, right? There are so many factors involved, and I really appreciate it. In fact, actually, being a close friend works in your favor because I am not going to ever let you down. I'm not going to see you, when we're out watching the Bells game and having known that I've let you down in any way, shape, or form. You can rest assured that listing with me is the best thing that ever happened to you.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I'd list.
Okay, friends, sign now. Those are some really good like embedded commands, both of you and Nick. Like that. Gosh. Well, what do you like? Did we all notice those masters? So good. So yeah, you should do the right thing. Hire me. Good job. Okay. Well, listen. Now that I've decided you're both fantastic, and we're just gonna sign papers. I'm gonna wait though, Don Hale, until the market crashes.
Boy,
To buy. To buy a house. Yeah, we
to
all-
buy. Yeah. So you're going to wait until the market crashes to buy. I totally understand. This is an uncertain time in the world. There's a lot of things going on. The question is, how long are you going to wait? It's something you have to ask yourself. Are you willing to wait 5 years? Or do you want to pay someone else's mortgage for the next 5 years? Gary Keller, the founder of Keller Williams, an incredible genius of a man, says he has never lost money on a real estate transaction because he has waited the market out. I tell you what, the best thing that you want to do is probably find a house as soon as possible as opposed to later. Several things going on. One, housing shortages are imminent. So it's just capitalism in its basic form that says high demand and low, opportunity to buy, right? So prices are not going to go down, at least not until at least 5 years we can predict, because the feds are not going to lower the interest rates, which means that you get better purchasing power by far right now. And let me tell you, as an investor and as a homeowner, the best thing you can do is get on it right now. Honestly, I can tell you from my heart, that's the best thing for you, because we've seen that you can afford it, and you have that family and you don't want them in the apartment forever, right?
No.
Let's do the right thing. Let's go after it and start looking today.
We're gonna go do the right thing again. Yeah. Fun. So my husband. This is off script. Sorry, boys. My husband's a financial advisor, and so we always do the stock market real estate thing. And who knows, right? This was Ben. If you want to buy $100,000 in stocks, how much do you need? $100,000 stays in the account. What if you want to buy a $100,000 property? How much do you need in real estate? You could do it zero, right? So also that interest rates, you mentioned it like 100%. Where do you want to put your money? Are you going to pay somebody's mortgage? Oh, that was good. Oh, the pain button. Ouch. Ouch. What do we think? Questions on that one? Good. Okay. Nick, you're great, but I don't want to list over the holidays. I don't want to do it. It's too inconvenient. We're just going to wait.
Hey, so absolutely, I'm hearing what you're saying, that you don't really want to do it over the holidays. Now, just out of curiosity, Seller, how soon did you need to be in that next, the next town over for your new job?
January 1st.
Awesome. So, and are you going to be commuting the plane trip down to Phoenix, or how does that work?
No, I can't drive to Phoenix every day for work.
Yeah, yeah. And did you know, Mrs. Seller, that when you put a house on the market, it's going to take 30 to 45 days once we find the right buyer. And you'd mentioned before that, gosh, you can't really take care of two mortgages at once. I have a lot of clients saying the same things, and yet they oftentimes want the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time. Can I ask you a question? Would you rather compete against a lot of homes on the market, gosh, in the springtime, or would you rather compete against fewer homes with more motivated buyers?
Motivated buyers.
Yeah, and what I find is year in and year out, the fourth quarter is always the busiest time of the year. And can I tell you why?
Yes, because I heard the opposite.
Yeah, well, exactly. We all hear the opposite. In our market, it's not fun to go shopping for a house in the winter. Am I right?
No.
Right? It's not fun. It's raining, it's cold, it's wet, and vice versa. It's not fun to have your house on the market because it's cold, it's rainy, it's wet. So what I'm finding, Mrs. Seller, is that the most motivated sellers have their house on the market, this time of year because everybody else is taking it off. And the buyers that are out buying are way more motivated because they have to find a new home. So I'm kind of curious if we could get your house, listed and under contract. Gosh, maybe we strategize in terms of getting multiple offers that first weekend. Is that something you'd be open to? So you can actually enjoy your family time and holiday. If you can even be under contract and know where you're going.
I just don't want to have to, we got the whole family coming for Christmas, and I have these crazy children, and my in-laws already drive me up a wall, and then I'm going to have to kick them out for all these showings, and you want to do an open house, that's a lot.
Absolutely, Miss Seller. And you know what? One of the best things is you are in 100% control. One thing we could do, and I've done for a lot of other clients, is we strategize and we pick the times and days and holidays that you don't want any showings. We can actually say no showings these days so you can still have all your family time and yet minimize the time that you're actually put out by showings. We can schedule specific times where we're going to invite clients in and times that we're not. So it actually wouldn't impact your schedule and you can still be in complete control if getting down to Phoenix and getting this thing under contract is, it sounds like it's really important and you kind of need that to happen for this next job, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the right thing, if you're willing to work on your schedule and, still have an awesome holiday is put me to work now. We'll work through all the details and timing so that you can actually enjoy the holidays and have your house under contract.
Yeah. And then I'm done. Okay, yeah, I don't even have anything. What would I add to that? Can you sell my mother-in-law? Actually, that's why I love my mother-in-law. Is really great. I have a really awesome mother-in-law. Okay. So now that we're going to list through the holidays with you as my friend, Dawn, I'm going to work with an individual agent because you're a big team and I want somebody that's going to be with me from beginning to end. And I just don't know about this whole big team thing.
Well, I'm so glad you brought it up. That was very nice of you. No, and I think it's important for people to understand the difference between an individual agent and a team. One of the things that I love about my team is when people hire me, don't hire me, hire Jenny. You hire Jenny Johnson, my assistant. She is the world's best assistant. Honestly, I can almost think about her being the best assistant in Whatcom County because she's so thorough and she gets everything done right. So here's the scenario. The scenario is I love a team because you got every base covered. Say someone wants to take off a couple of weeks. What do? Oh, they say, I'll get my friends. They'll take care of it. Well, on the team, Jenny Johnson and Rick Lopes on my team are both aware of what's going on. So nothing falls through the cracks, right? And quite frankly, because we do so many homes, let me tell you, of the last 20 offers we've gotten on our listings, 19, true fact, 19 have been illegal or incorrect. And I think that experienced agents will agree with me that you get offers all the time that are not, right? So you want to make sure everything's done perfectly. And you're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars on the line here, right? This is a big deal. You want the best. If you went to a doctor and had terminal brain cancer and they did 2 operations or 4 operations that a year, would you maybe go see someone who did 50 operations or 100 operations a year, who really know what they're doing, so that everything that could possibly go wrong, they've already handled? Does that make sense to you? Great. Let's do that. Let's do this. Okay.
You and your team. Jenny and Rick and the whole big dang team. Nick, you're awesome, but I'm gonna go work with a big team. Oh shoot. Because they're not gonna spill your coffee. And
Coffee down.
sorry.
My bad. My
Really,
bad. Real life.
I'm gonna go work with a big team because they have a lot of people that can help get me napkins.
Awesome. Hey, I am so glad you brought that up, Miss Seller. One thing just out of curiosity, boy, it's not.
I know the coffee threw you for a loop.
Yeah, I did. Awesome.
Still.
Um,
We do this with my small children. Like,
exactly.
okay, look at this team that's helping me with my napkins. Thank you.
Awesome. Hey, Miss Seller, thank you so much. I'm so glad you brought that up. There are a lot of teams out there, and one thing that I found is, oftentimes selling a house is my client's largest financial asset, and really they don't like being handed off from person to person to person that really doesn't know your story, your wants and needs, and really able to sell that house. I mean, Miss Seller, if I get a call and I know everything about you and your house, do you think I'm going to be the best person to put somebody, get a showing scheduled and that buyer in your house? Or do you think it's going to be an assistant or somebody on a team that isn't invested into your success and getting to where you're moving to?
Yes, I want somebody who knows everything about me and what I want.
Absolutely. That's one of the things I do best for my clients, is make sure that we take your goals and we can execute on them. So, it would make sense that the next step is we take care of all the paperwork and get started.
And you're going to walk me through finish to end, right?
I'm going to be there from start to finish. Absolutely.
And you're not going to let anything fall through the cracks.
Absolutely.
You're going to...
Except the coffee.
I'll
I can't.
get you a new coffee. Sorry. Good recovery.
One piece in there. You can also add the doctor thing works on both ways. Hey, would you rather work, if you needed a surgery, would you rather go to the doctor right out of medical school or that's just been an assistant and helping out somebody else out, or the doctor that's experienced and has, done numerous surgeries like that, and they're the expert? I mean, who would you rather work with?
I want the expert.
Absolutely. Let's sign right here and let's get going.
Good. Okay, so this one's for the non-experts because, we're going to go with Dawn. Oh, no, wait, Dawn started. Nick, you're great, but I'm going to go with Dan Pitzenbarger because he does a whole lot of business, and I don't know that I've ever seen your signs anywhere.
Yeah. So glad you brought that up. And there's a lot of great agents out there, and yet we're here today. And one thing that I know is that your goals are important. And, a lot of those bigger, would you rather work with somebody that has all the time that they can dedicate and devote for your listing and getting your house sold, or somebody that might be, not able to pick up a call because they're either showing or at another appointment? I mean, one of the best things that I found is being able to dedicate myself to my clients and, their success. So which would you prefer? Somebody dedicated 100% to you and your listing and your real estate plans, or somebody that you might be handed off from person to person or not know when you're going to get a call back from someone?
I want dedicated.
I do also like Dan Pitzenbarger, so I would personally want to work with him.
Yeah. No, nothing bad. We never say anything bad about the other agent. One, because you can't. And two, don't do it because Stephanie will tell you can actually get sued over it. So don't do it anyways. Do the right thing and don't say anything bad about people. Okay, Dawn, I was gonna call you, dude. I know, but you do a lot of business, and I figured you were gonna be too busy. I didn't want to bother you.
Oh, thank you so much for saying that. I really appreciate it because it's important for me to know that's where you're coming from, and maybe hear some of my other clients. I tell you what, I take such personal dedication to my clients that it's really probably not the best business model, but you care, and each of my clients are cared for. It's a real interesting thing that being too big. I think maybe if I was doing 500 or 1,000 deals a year, some people upstairs might, that You might feel that way, but I can guarantee you that we're going to take care of you. And what's really cool is, um, you know, other agents sometimes will say, "Hey, I'll take care of it. I've got a friend." If they're gone on vacation or they have a sick kid, then they can't respond to you. Then not only do you have me here, but you also have Jenny, who's very involved with it. And wait till you talk to her; you're going to like her more than me, believe me. And um, you you and in case you have to look at a house or someone has to look at the house, we can get one of our team members to help out in those rare instances. But you want the best thing, right? You want the experience, and you want me to take care of you, and I can absolutely guarantee you that I will. And you will see, because when you call me, I will answer the phone.
Good. Good. If you call me after 7 p.m., there's a screaming child in the background, so call Dawn. What do we think? Nothing. We thought nothing. Thank you. Acknowledge them, say thank you. We're doing the right thing, right? We actually believe that we're doing the right thing. Yeah, actually do the right thing.
What other objections are coming up that we want to handle? Like, any other?
Did any of you not send an objection in that you want one handled or heard? Yes, Don.
Okay. Hey, we're gonna go with so-and-so because they offered us a discount.
Ooh, okay. So for the Zoom audience, Don Hammond said we're gonna go with X, Y, and Z agent because they're gonna discount their commission for us. So Don Hale.
Oh, sure.
Johnny is gonna discount his commission.
I get that. I understand how that can be very appealing, Don, right? I mean, that's maybe $10,000. I'll put it right out there how much money that might be in your pocket or might not be in your pocket. Let me tell you some story. Well, I don't have time now to tell you some stories about other agents who are willing to give up their money before they even think about giving up your money. In other words, they're negotiating right now for how much money they make. What are they going to do when it comes to your money? And that's a serious question, right? So, I want the best for you. Also, you also have to think about what they're not going to do. So I have a whole listing package here that tells you, and I go over that when we have time, that shows you everything that we do. And it's amazing how many shortcuts there are unless you have an experienced team like us. Thanks so much for considering us. And I guarantee you that you will be happy with our commission rate. Let's talk about it.
What are they not going to do for you? Nick, Johnny's going to discount his commission.
Are we at a listing appointment or just over the phone? Awesome. Hey, Don, thank you so much for bringing that up. And you know what I find? There's a lot of agents out there that are willing to discount their commission. And it's kind of like, gosh, have you ever gone out and would you want a discount doctor performing surgery on you? Yeah, a lot of doctors today. Don, I tend to find that in absence of value, price is all that matters. And one of the things that myself and my team, we do best is deliver results. And you do want the most amount of money, correct? I mean, we kind of talked through all the net, and the most amount of money is important to you, right? Yeah. Hey, actually, take a look at these statistics. On average, I'm actually helping my sellers net over 1.78% more than the average agent in Whatcom County. And Don, to tell you the truth, what I'm finding is those agents that are offering a discount might be struggling. They might be trying to give away their negotiating power just to get a listing, just to get a sign in the yard when, unfortunately, they might be just trying to get another buyer or lead generate on your listing. I mean, ultimately, you owe it to yourself to, you want to put the most amount of money in your pocket, right? Yeah. So, the commission that I charge, the great thing, Don, you don't have to write anything. There's no check or a change of money until I bring an offer to you that makes sense financially. One of the things we use commission for is part of a marketing tool. We're actually marketing on the commission we're going to share with the buyer's agent. And that actually puts them to work for us. We want to make sure that buyers are coming to us and agents aren't dissuading us to come see your listing, because ultimately the better exposure you get, that's more buyers coming through and better chance to get a higher offer. I mean, does that make sense? Yeah. I mean, the right thing to do would be, if you want to get this done and make things happen, let's take care of the paperwork now. I can call the other agent and let them know that you've decided to work with me, and I'll just take that off your plate if that makes it easier.
Oh, so are we done? Okay, you didn't ask me. However, Do we also know what else we have as a value proposition, right? To protect our commission? Starts with a BKCO mortgage, right? So Don, I'm actually quite concerned that Johnny is only going to give you 1% off of his commission, because what we're going to do is that when you buy your next move up home, we're going to save you 5% on average in lender closing costs, so that you can take that money and put it back in your pocket. And based on the fact that you're buying a $700,000 home, my quick math, that's about $30,000 put in your pocket, right? So BKCO mortgage, no lender fees, no origination, no processing fee, right, Jennifer? And we're going to save you on the front end, and then we're also going to save you on the selling, so that when the buyers ask for a price reduction because they can't afford their closing costs, we'll get them approved with our lenders, and then their closing costs will go down so that you don't have to pay for that out of your net. Right? We all know why BKCO mortgage. We also have title and escrow. And don't out negotiate your negotiators. That was a good one. Good job. Right? Yes. Bueller, we're going to make you guys do jumping jacks. Okay. What other kind of objections are we hearing, group?
Can I bring on? I'm going to bring one because I think it's really crucial.
Yes.
Because my team brings this all the time to me. And the question is, what if they say they're working with another agent, right? You have an open house. Oh, I'm working with another agent. So let me give you some of the script things that I've done, because it's a big deal for my team anyhow. And it might be for you. Right. And so one of the rules is I do not ask who the agent is, because it might be him. Okay. Seriously. I don't want to offend. I don't want to come back and say, Nick, I took your account because I knew it was yours. I don't want to do that. But so I don't ask them who it is. If they bring it up and if they say Nick, they say, hey, Don Hams, I'm out of there. Oh, they're great. You couldn't do better. I'm out of there. Right. But here it goes. Something like, hey, you know what? That's great. You've got an agent. They're working for you. Have they found you the right house yet? Probably not. I get that. So here's some of the things that we do that you're just check and make sure that your team, your agent's doing for you. Okay. In fact, you might want to write these down because it's a little extensive. One of the things that we make sure is we always look on the Northwest Multiple Listing Service. Everybody does that. Every agent looks there for a house for you. We also do extensive research for sale by owners and contact those for sale by owners to see if it's going to be a fit for you, to make sure that we're not letting anything get by. But let me tell you something else we do. We will call expires and canceled. Expires and cancels are people who had their house for sale 2 or 3 years ago and couldn't sell it. Maybe because they couldn't get the price they wanted. And ironic as it sounds, sometimes they don't know how much their house is worth in today's market. So we'll call those people too and say, hey, your house is worth a lot more. Would you considering letting my client come in and take a look at the house? So make sure your agent's doing all those things for you, right? There's more. We'll also door knock a neighborhood for you, even in COVID, that you find that you like. We'll also get on a phone and call the do not call list, right? We can't call the do not call list, but we don't call the do not call list. But there are people out there, and we have a list of those who have not registered for that, so we can freely call to say, it goes something like this. And a friend of mine, Dan, taught me this script. It goes, hey, who do you know who's most likely to sell next in the neighborhood? Right? We're not asking them specifically. We're asking who they might know. Now, they might say me or not. So we'll go around, knock on the door or phone call and ask that. So the script goes like that. Who do you know who's most likely to sell next in the neighborhood? Lastly, we will postcard the neighborhood. In fact, we might even do that a couple of steps before this. And that is, we'll have a love, I call it a schmaltz letter, but it's a love letter saying, hey, here's, you, your family, your little baby, and of course the golden retriever, and a picture saying, we really love this neighborhood. We'd love to move in. Who do you know is most likely to sell next? So that, Tony and Guy can move in, right? So if your agent's doing all that for you, great. If not, give me a call.
All right, Nick, wrap it up. What do you do if somebody says they have an agent?
Yeah. So at an open house, interesting, that's the approach Don takes. I go the other way and just say, hey, by the way, who's your agent? I know most of them in the area. And if they say, hey, I'm working with Don Hale, I'm like, that is fantastic. Don is wonderful. You should totally work with him. I talk the other agent up because, it's a small community. That's my approach. And then really, just talk them up. I mean, I'm not trying to hard close them. My favorite thing that I will add here and end with is say, hey, you know, can I give you my business card? If they've signed in, maybe I have their number, but maybe I don't. And I'll say, just like this, I say, hey, here, can I hand you my business card? I pull up my phone. I put a video right behind me, just like this, and say, oh, hey, what's up, Maddie? It's Nick Berard. Hey, we're over here at the open house at 123 Main Street. I just wanted to thank you so much for coming on in, and I wanted to put a face to the name. Hey, I'd love to help you with any real estate related questions you have, and look forward to talking soon. Thanks.
He actually does this.
I will then text them the text message of that and just, hey, thanks so much for meeting. This is Nick. Love to help you with your real estate related plans, and look forward to talking soon. They see my face. It's very non-threatening. And then, hey, when I follow up, they're like, oh, you're the dude that sent me the text message with your face. Yeah, I can't tell you how many deals I've closed and clients I've gotten just by doing something little and different just like that. And that's what I do at open houses.
Mic drop. Right? Thank you. If you didn't send us your objection and you have one that you'd like to hear, text it to us, and maybe we will bring these gentlemen on as like a pop-up and they can approach them on a weekly basis. Yeah? Should we make that a little segment?
That'd be fun.
A 5-minute objection handling thing?
Fun. Objection of the week.
Hey guys, we're here for you. Like, please let us know what you want in these meetings because we will do them. Right? Let us know. Let us help us help you. Just tell us. We listen, I promise. So, are we ready for the drum roll and some awards? With all of our awesome black screens? That's nice that you guys joined. I love seeing faces. Do we got a face? No? All right. Drum roll, please. Emma, can you put the slide deck up so we can say woohoo to all of the people? Jennifer's doing it. Vanna, will you come be my Vanna White? Vanna and Vanna. Don't call it. Okay, noted. See, we listen. So, we're going to celebrate all of our people from October, starting us off with Jennifer on the screen. This is why we have a team of people, right? By the way, if you are an individual agent, do you still have a team? Yes, you have a team, even if you're an individual agent, right? Because when you hire me, you don't just hire Erica, you hire Erica and her whole team and the brokerage behind her, right? Okay, starting us off with our top mega team by volume is the Ben Kenny team powered by Place. 12.6 million in volume in 1 month. Good job, gang. That's awesome. Also, our top team by units is the Ben Kenny team with 29 out of 31 days. It's a pretty good close rate. Good job, gang. Top teams. We've got the Craig McKenzie team, the LeCount Home Group with 7, and the Carrie Anderson team. Holding down the fort. Look at that. I was going to say we got all 3 counties. Good job, gang. Top team by volume. Craig McKenzie team with 8.2 million. The LeCount Home Group, whoop, whoop, 3.7. And, oh, I heard that. The Eric Pedersen Group with 3.1. Skagit County. Those are some huge numbers. Top team agent by volume. We've got the Jim Wiesner. We've got the Jim Wiesner with 2.2 million in volume. Anthony Zapata on the Ben Kenny team in Bellingham with 1.8. And Eric Akatubo with the LeCount Group, 1.7. And didn't you take a holiday that month too? Yep. No big deal, 1.7. And she still came back with a tan, guys. That's awesome. Good job. Top team, oh, just kidding. Top individual agents. Christy Jensen with 5. Paul Bolonov with 5. And Marianne Angus with 5. 5 is a magic number for our individual agents today, gang. Huge. And then by volume, Mary Ann with 2.8. Yes. All in Glacier. Can we talk about those home prices, please? That's incredible. Mr. Paul Bolanov with a cool, that is not a mistype. That is 34.78 million. 34 million in 1 month. And then Christy Jensen with 3 million in volume. Awesome. Right? Whoop, whoop. Top team agent in units for the month of October. We have Jim with 7. Anthony Zapata with 4. Miss Erica with 3 and PK with 3. You did half the team. Almost. And a vacation. Oh, so you hustled and then went on vacation. Because that's what happens, right? Isn't that like the best way to start generating business is you're like, I'm going to go on vacation. You guys, we were awesome. Come up and get your award, Erica. If you are not here in person to get it, come see us next time. We miss you. Marianne, come out and see us. Come get your awards. We love you. Next week, can you still hear me? I'm just so used to yelling at my children. Next week at 11 on Bellingham and Zoom, Dan Pitzenberger is going to teach us how to throw the MREA out the window and make money doing business differently. So have fun, sell houses, help people, learn from Dan. Next week at 11. Bye, gang. Go be awesome. See you next week.